Welcome back to the Abundant Harvest Homestead. I'm Papa Pepper. I'm out in the garden today. Just got some crazy windstorms. I've not been investing as much time as I would like to in my garden, but I was trying to count the raised beds. It appears I've got about 65 existing ones, plus I just built raised bed number 66. I'll give you a rundown of the process, and then I'm going to plant this thing. So that process, scrape the earth bare, get some rocks, fill it with a growing medium. Here it is in all its glory. It looks great. Ideally, I wish I would have had some wood mulch. I would have put a thick layer of wood mulch around and then set the rocks on that and filled in the middle. The middle is some local compost from a place I can pick it up, some compost we made ourselves. There's some rabbit manure in there, some other things. It's just better than the rock and clay we normally have. And then I was digging some holes a while ago, saved some of the stuff that looked better for that, mix some of that in there too, because you don't really want to plant directly in like a wood mulch compost thing. That's what I do. That's the way I amend it, work on it. But if you saw the actual price. How much did raised bed number 66 cost us? Nothing. Free sources is the way to go. I've got too much going on in life to have to shell out a whole bunch of money every time I want to have a new raised bed, every time I want to expand my garden, where I don't tame it. Look on the other side of the fence. The sheep, I let them mow this down to nothing. And the second you close it off for a minute, it regrows up like crazy. That whole thing happens through here. That's a pile of weeds right there. So I've got more work to do here, but pretty much I've got a bunch of plants that don't have a home right now, and they need to get in the soil. I started them for a reason, from pepper seedlings, tomato seedlings, sweet potato slips, there's all sorts of stuff. So I'm gonna let this, because of the depth of it, I'm just gonna fill this with sweet potato slips that I've got. Some white ones, some orange ones, and some purple ones. I'm just gonna kind of grab at random and stick them in here. And that's what we're planting. Plus, it'll give me a chance to show you guys my favorite garden tool, which actually happens to be over at the garden shed right now. Let's go take a peek. And then as soon as it dries, mustard greens are ready to harvest the seeds from. The marshmallows are starting to flower. I saw a passion flower earlier. I can't wait for the passion fruit because Mama Pepper's been doing water kefir lately, and we've been doing a number of experiments with blackberries, strawberries, blueberries. I can't wait to try passion fruit in that water kefir. But this is my favorite garden tool. I love it for planting things. I'm going to use it now. We had some rain earlier, so the soil is nice and moist, and if I need to, I'll add some more to it. Look at that snake gourd up there. Snake gourd's one of my top 3 garden plants. I love that plant. So let's find our sweet potato slips and see what we can do. Wow, that is packed. And this is just one of them. And it's going everywhere. Yeah, see my seedling table? It doesn't, oh, it's tangled up with another one. There's some of them. I gotta sort this out quick here. Got a good pile of slips. Got my favorite garden tool. I like how it just fits in the belt loop. Real nice and easy too. Easy to have there at your side. Let's get these guys planted, and that way raised bed number 66 is not just a pile of soil between some rocks, but actually something that's actively growing food for my family, which is way better, and we love stuff like that. So with a lot of things too, I planted those a little closer than I ideally would like to, but I'm gonna see if they all make it. The rain was pretty much one storm last night, so top little bit is soaked, but below that it's not wet. So I'm going to water that quick, and then I want to talk a little bit about why we have 66 beds already and plan on putting in more, because you may not all understand or know this. So let me water this quick. So a couple things about that. Number one, yes, I threw this in the soil, but if I leave it in there, it's gonna rust. Don't leave tools underground. With watering stuff, make sure to give your plants a good drink right away, your seedlings, your slips in this case, whatever you're actually growing. And then when you water, plants like a good heavy soak. You can just spray a little bit of water on your plants every once in a while, and they're not going to develop the same roots that they would if you actually gave them a really good, decent soak, and they were able to develop some nice, good, strong roots. So, a couple things here would be, well, why do I have so many raised beds, and why am I putting more in? You can see behind me with that kale there, our only goal isn't actually to grow something to eat immediately and then be done with it. Part of it is the preservation of seeds, the reproduction of your own seeds, the propagation of your own plants. That's part of our goal here. So when I plant stuff, I'm not just harvesting the leaf or the fruit or the vegetable or whatever it may be. I'm also harvesting seeds, and I really believe that's important to have for a long time. And then you wind up with things like last year, where certain places it was illegal to buy seeds. They were considered non-essential. So if you wanted to have your own garden so you could just stay home and avoid the crowds and that type of thing, unless you have some seeds on hand, you couldn't exactly walk up to your local store and get some. There was a point in United States history last year where that was the case. To me, not only is that insane, that's dangerous. So I'm going to take stewardship not only more of my own food production, so I have a good, trustworthy food source, but also in the reproduction of that plant, of those seeds, because I want to keep doing this for years and years to come. Of course, it's financially beneficial to never have to buy those seeds again once I have them. There's nothing wrong with that. I like that too. And then of course I have some to share or sell or trade or other things too with other people. Also, we're a family of 9 right now. It's me and my wife and 7 children. So the more food I can be producing on my property, the better that's going to be for us in the long run, because we got a lot of mouths to feed. And the more we can just invest time around our own property with producing our own food, then the less money we need to earn to go buy food, you know, to feed the family. So I'd rather cut out the middleman for multiple reasons. And of course, one cool thing too is we used to live on a 1/4 acre. We decided to give up the small city life even. You know, we had a 1/4 acre, some fruit trees, nice little garden. We could walk a couple blocks to fast food restaurants or grocery stores. It was nice. It was quiet. It was cool. But we gave up on that because we decided we wanted to live life differently. So we moved 750 miles away. We bought some small acreage, but we've got the acreage to do it now. Now I can turn all that into food, and that's what I like. If you guys want a garden tour soon, it's disheveled. It's all beat up, and I got a lot of work to do. But if you want one, leave me a comment below, and if I get enough of them, I'll prioritize that. But I got to figure out what I'm going to do with some more of these seedlings and different things I planted. There's some of these that I want to grow this year because I not only want this food, but I want the seeds from these that they're going to produce. So I got to figure out a couple other things. I just wanted to show you how we use the free sources here to continue to expand and be able to do more on our own property, to the point that we couldn't do all of this if we had to buy it all, you know. But since we don't have to buy it all, we can afford to do this because a lot of it's free. And even saving my own seeds and reproducing my own plants, a lot of that's free, and that's my favorite number. So I'll see you guys next time. Papa out.
Thank you for watching.